My sister was the most beautiful person I have ever met. She was kind and full of light. She had a heart of gold and only ever wanted to see the good in people, never wanting to believe in the bad. She never complained. She never asked for much. She never swore. She never drank. She never smoked. She never said a bad thing about anyone. She was uncommonly kind, pure. She deserved everything she could ever want. She deserved a life with a partner, a family, to travel and see the world. And all that good, only to be met by your bare hands. I don't care what you've gone through. I don't care if you've been bullied or abused in your past, if you think that's a good enough excuse for what you've done. I don't care about whatever mental health crisis you splur out. Nothing you have or experience is excusable for what you've done. You knew what you were doing. And if this were a world of fiction, where law did not exist, do you know what I would do to you? I would strip you down, tie you to dogs facing in opposite directions, throw a bone and watch them tear you apart. I'd keep you alive long enough for any ants, maggots, rats, dogs, and any creature that comes by to tear you apart and eat on your flesh. To the point where you'd be begging me for mercy, as I'm sure my sister tried to persuade you. And just like you, sitting here today, I'll just grin. But do you know what my sister would say to me if I were even allowed to attempt that? Spare him. Don't be cruel, for you do not know what others have endured. Forgive him. But that's my sister. Forgiving. If I were even allowed to kill you or torture you and cause you as much suffering as you tried to on my sister, she would stop me and she would want me to forgive you. I would have gladly taken her place in a heartbeat because of all the people in this world. She did not deserve this. And if this were America, you would receive the death penalty or life in prison where you'd rot in a cell. But unfortunately, this is Australia. So the most you'll ever receive, if we're lucky, is 25 years. And maybe if you're a good boy, maybe even parole. Either way, you'll be free to walk the streets by the time you're 50 years or less and get to live your life. But let me say this. You have lost. Whatever you set out to achieve, whatever you think you have achieved, you failed. Do you know what happens to the body, Mr. Finch? When it experiences an excruciating amount of physical, mental, or emotional pain? Do you know what happens to the body when it's dying, when it knows it's going to die? You can ask any medium or any survivor and they'll tell you the same. The moment the body knows it's about to die, it will either have an out-of-body experience or shut down and feel peace. For neither the body, brain, or soul allows us to feel such pain. Her screams stopped quickly, didn't they? Did her eyes soften? Did she smile? Sigh of relief? She did, didn't she? She didn't suffer. Whatever torment you think you caused her, she didn't feel any of it. Maybe scared briefly, but then peace. You failed. Can you believe that? The moment you were born, you could have become anything. And instead, you became a disgrace and a shame. For 5 minutes of fame that was utter failure. And that is a satisfying victory for me. And if you were to even attempt this again and again, you would feel the same amount of disappointment. I hope you learn from this. And fair warning, pray to God if he shall answer, never to cross paths with me or my family ever again.